Hi, boys and girls.
Morning.
We want to share a traditional Christmas story with you by Jan Brett. And Jan Brett is a very famous children's author. She did not write The Night Before Christmas herself. She didn't write the words to this story. She just is got permission to use the words, but she is her own illustrator, and the pictures in this book are fantastic. She does all of her own illustrating in her stories. She does write books with her own words, and they're excellent. So you should look her up and listen to some Jan Brett stories online. She's an incredible author. For her books, she usually travels to the place she's going to write about for real and checks out the scenery, talks to the people, gets a feel for she just gets herself all involved and before she writes a story, so she makes sure that it's really true. Now, this story, like I said, she didn't write this, but she drew the pictures for this story, and it's The Night Before Christmas. I'm sure you've heard it before, but you'll enjoy the pictures.
Yes, and it's winter time out now, so we've got our coats on because it's getting chilly and it's getting Christmas time.
Well, we're going to hold the book up so you can enjoy these wonderful pictures, but we're going to read it to you. You might not see us, but you can see these awesome pictures. Look at those beautiful reindeer. Oh, look at the snowy village. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. And then in her book, she has little clues over here about what's going to happen next. So you always want to check these pictures, and it might show you what's going to happen.
The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads, and Mamma in kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. I hear some rhyming words too.
When out on the lawn there rose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick.
More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen.
To the top of the porch, on top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all, as dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop, the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too.
Who's Saint Nick? Who's Saint Nicholas?
He has lots of different names, doesn't he?
Yes, Kris Kringle. And then in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound.
He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack.
His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. Oh, and he's eating a cookie.
The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread.
He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, and then turned with a jerk.
And laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose.
He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle.
And away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight,
Wonder what he's going to say. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Merry Christmas, boys and girls.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.